Hey, welcome to Chad's Beer Reviews. We're here with special guest Henry on Chad's Beer Reviews, and we're looking at the Great Lakes Brewing Company Edmund Fitzgerald. Chad, do you know the story, or do you want me to read the giant volume of text on here?
I do not know the story, I've heard the name. It
Okay.
just says, it was a ship that sunk in Lake Superior in 1975. What's interesting though is, this says it's keeping with the Bavarian Purity Law of 1516.
Okay, even though it's brewed here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right. Well, not here, but...
Right, but you know, in the United States, whatever. You got international viewers. I saw that guy in Wales, you know. Okay. It does say that it's a porter that combines complex roasty aroma with a bittersweet chocolate coffee taste. And there's some other information. 5.8% alcohol by volume. Best served at 55 degrees. It might be a little cooler than that. We've been body warming them. Yeah.
It was $8.49 for the 6-pack that I got in Binghamton last time I was down there. So, let's get these in the bottles and see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, that smells wonderful.
It definitely smells like a porter.
The aroma just, even as that head was building, just filled the room with awesomeness.
It smells almost kind of like a milk stout. It's like that very dairy, milky kind of quality.
Yeah, it's got a tangy, creamy aroma.
Yeah. And
definitely roasty.
I like the color. It's like, you can definitely tell it's ruby red. It's not truly black.
Right.
Mouth first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
This is what I look for in a good porter.
Pleasing.
Really nice roasty aftertaste. How would you describe it up front?
Up front. Well, the roasts are certainly prominent. There's an almost caramel flavor. It's not really caramel, but it reminds me a little bit of caramel popcorn, kind of, if
like
that makes
Cracker
any
Jack?
sense. A little bit like Cracker Jack.
Yeah, it's definitely a sweetness, that typical kind of porter body that you get on it, where it's like, it has a viscosity, but it's not like ridiculously thick.
Yeah, it's a weird balance between viscosity and an almost airy fluffiness.
Yeah, a lot of that's
very
from the
nice.
head too.
Right. Yeah, but I'm trying to drink under the head, you know, and I'm still getting it, so.
Yeah, and it has like that really pleasing, deeply roasted malt aftertaste.
Yeah. I gotta say, this really has almost a perfect mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of beers that are otherwise amazing miss on texture. This is, especially for a porter, top notch.
It doesn't coat your mouth like the way maybe like a Russian Imperial Stout would, but it's like a definite, it's a presence. I would not call it intense. You know, it's not intense like a Belgian beer, but it's it's soft and medium to thick, but it's not, it's very pleasing, and it goes down nice and smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the flavor could be a little bit richer, maybe. And when I said earlier about, you know, caramel and Cracker Jack, it's sort of the, this might not make any sense, but there's a bottom note to stuff like that that's here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the top note. It doesn't have the butteriness of that so much.
Yeah, and I get a little bit of maybe dark chocolate, because there's a little bit of bitterness, mostly from that roasty taste. It's kind of maybe like a French roast coffee, not quite as robust as that.
Yeah, and it's in the background. You know, it's not super prominent with that bitterness, but it's there. It's I talk sometimes about a symphony of flavor and how a beer should do that, and this is doing that.
Yeah.
There's multi-layered complexity. Nothing's out of place. Actually, I might, in hindsight, I know this is a porter, but I might actually enjoy it more if it was just one notch thicker. It's got the
stout range. Yeah.
Right. But that's my own predilection for stouts.
Well, I mean, we got to kind of take it in context. I mean, porters are meant to be a little bit lighter. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this. We'll take a short break and come back with our final thoughts. All right, we are back. I'll go first because you always go first. I'll go first with the final thoughts. I like this beer. I'm not usually a huge fan of porters. Like, to me, porters are always good, solid performers. They're like a nice, safe bet. They, in general, unless they're imperial, they don't tend to really knock my socks off. This is coming damn close. I like the overall palate. Nice and sweet with that nice coffee, kind of dark chocolate, roasty finish. Drinkability is outstanding. And the only thing that's keeping it from being like a perfect beer is if it was maybe a little more robust. But for what it is, it's really good. So I'm gonna go 8 out of 10.
Okay. You sure you can't break an 8? Because I've been stuck in 8 zone lately. You've seen a lot of beers lately. We've got a lot of good ones, and I've been giving out so many 8s. I'm gonna break that today. This beer, all things considered, weighing styles and everything else, I've got to give this a 9 because it's an awesome beer. As it's gotten a little bit warmer, I'm getting a different flavor profile. That complexity I mentioned, changing slightly. I'm getting a bit of a licorice note now, on the sort of back and sides of the tongue. It almost approaches a root beer flavor in the sort of roof of the mouth and sinuses. It is just, this beer has a lot going on, and it's pure magic in my mouth. So this is a 9.
Pure magic in your mouth.
Yeah, and there's
make
nothing.
all your dirty jokes.
Look, if you guys want to be juvenile about this, go ahead. But I'm just saying that this is an excellent beer. I'm giving it a 9, and I recommend having an amount of it, folks.
Alrighty. Well, cheers to that.